Hello everyone, happy holidays and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video we are going to talk about the new hype units coming for the New Year Sugofest, Roger and Whitebeard, the Straw Hat Crew Legend and of course the rare recruits. We are going to break down their abilities, see what they do and how good they really are. Do not worry, we are going to have more videos talking about the super evolution of Oden and also the specifics of this Sugofest. Right now I am planning to also do a video on which part is better for you to pull, but we need more information on the pulls and I am planning to do that probably after Christmas, a couple of days before the Sugofest. When is this Sugofest arriving in game though? It is officially coming on the 27th of December and it will also guaranteed be a Super Sugofest. We're here on the One Piece Treasure Cruise official subreddit. I will have the link for this post in the description if you want to read anything for yourself. But let's begin reading what the characters do. I have never seen it before, so this will be my official reaction. And we are beginning with Whitebeard and Roger. For their captain ability on the Roger side, they boost Slasher and Striker by 5, and that is the single form, which is crazy, HP by 1.2, Slasher and Striker will treat Intesai Orbs as beneficial, awesome, reduce 1 turn of Bind Paralysis and Special Seal on the crew. Okay, that is very interesting, and if you have noticed lately, Bandai is starting to add 6 turns of debuffs and not 5, so that 1 turn might be extremely helpful in specific situations if you miss some supports. For the Whitebeard side, Slasher and Striker attack by 5 again, by 5.25 to himself though, okay, the same HP, Slasher and Striker will treat the same orbs as beneficial. So Whitebeard gets more attack to himself, but he loses the utility, which does make sense, absolutely fine. Their dual form, Slasher and Striker still, by 5.5 times they boost the attack, 1.2 times HP still, Slasher and Striker characters will have the beneficial slots of course and then also the utility. 5.5 times as a dual captain is actually insane, and 5 times as a solo dual unit is extremely good. One thing people hate about dual units and do not like specifically, that I do not have a problem with, is that they are relatively weak to solo legends in their solo forms. But right here I don't think we can say that. Let's move on to the special. They seem to have a different special, it's a special Roger and special Newgate. So Roger reduces 20 turns of despair on crew, that's a lot of despair, increases the active attack boost to 3 times, okay, and plus 0.5 to the active color affinity boost. Okay, they love this boost, the already existing boost thing lately, which is a new nice mechanic to have. And also for 3 turns they become their dual form. For Newgate now, he also reduces despair, he gives 1 turn of color affinity for Slasher and Striker by 2 times, so are they treated like a versus unit? Because that is kind of weird. He also increases the active ore boost to 3 and they become their dual form for 3 turns. It is very interesting that they do different things. The only dual unit I think that does this is Luffy and Law, so we have seen it before, but generally lately it has completely stopped happening. Now it seems that they are back and versus units might be gone forever, but I'm not certain about that. They complement each other very well because Roger gives you an attack boost, Newgate gives you an ore boost and the color affinity, and then Roger can also increase your color affinity. So definitely working awesome for Sai and Int teams. Let's now go to their swaps because that is what I'm excited about. They change adjacent orbs to matching Shanks crew vibes, let's go. For 1 turn they boost attack and orbs by 1.5 times, wow. Super swap, 6 swaps, that's fine. Changes all orbs to matching and boosts crew's attack and orbs by 2, wow. That is actually a crazy swap and super swap. They are Shanks crew on steroids with their swap. And they actually cannot have a non-favorable slot because both of them would be probably Striker and Slasher, we cannot see the classes. Yeah, but they will be Slasher and Striker. And the thing is that if you have a psi slot on the int version, it's not gonna be non-beneficial because of their captain ability, so that's great. For sailors, they boost stats, the classic, and what else do you do? Of course, the int and psi orbs as beneficial also is as a sailor ability, great. And then their limit break abilities, orb seal reduction, critical hit, and last tap. Now what does the last tap do? So it activates on the final stage, very easy condition. At level 5, changes own orb to matching, including block, and gives +4 to the final chain value. And then it says at level 1, it is +2, and then each level it increases by 0.5, okay. Is the orb thing always active, or only on the final level though? I'm not sure about that, but the final chain thing is very good, that's for sure. That can actually give you so much more damage, especially if you have super class or super type active. Definitely a better final tap that many we have seen before. And then Pirate Festival, I do not care personally, you can read them right here. Overall thoughts on this unit, definitely a powerhouse, and I'm not talking about the in-game class of course, I'm talking about their multipliers, the boosts they can provide to your damage, one of a kind. 5.5 times as a dual form attack boost is very strong, the strongest we have ever seen. They give you pretty much everything. They give you an attack boost, an orb boost, a color affinity boost, a boost to the already existing color affinity boost, and then with the final tap they also give you a chain boost. They can manipulate slots with their swap, they can super swap and give you even more boosting, so even without their special, they are still a very good unit to boost your damage. And by the way, this boosting in their super swap is not for specific classes, like we see in their special and in their captain ability. For their swap, everyone gets the attack boost, everyone gets the orb boost. For the rest of the buffs, they focus on Slasher and Striker. They are not two of the best classes in the game, but they can become, with a legend like this, just by getting utility units that can help you. Because they do have some utility, especially for Despair, they hate Despair, and then also a bit of utility with Roger's captain ability and their swap for slots. But that does not go through block slots, I do not think, it would be mentioned. I'm gonna say this for closing statements on this unit. They are a beatstick, they are not unique, and I do not think they were intended to be. They focus on high numbers and multipliers, but it makes sense when you think about Prime Roger and Whitebeard in the One Piece world, you are thinking of power. So this unit portrays this very well. Lastly, I might get flamed for this, I'm still gonna say it, it's on my mind. They will be 100% overhyped. 100%. People are gonna say they are the best legend in the game. They're not. Are they strong? Very strong. The best legend in the game? Don't think so. Let's move on. Okay, Straw Hat Crew. I'm extremely excited for them. You better be good. Okay, so the Luffy side, as captain, -4 cooldown to himself at the start of the adventure. Cool. 4.75 times attack boost. Solo dual units are becoming OP. HP 1.5 times. When he is the captain, then make any special that has color type and class type condition and make that condition for entire crew, excluding conditions with character position, only to self, rarity and character cost. Heal 1000 HP at the end of the turn. Wait a second. Let's read the Straw Hat Crew 2. -4 cooldown again, 4.5 times attack, 5 times attack with a matching orb, very nice, 1.5 times HP. When he is the captain, then make the special that has color type, so it's the same thing. Yeah, it is the same thing from now on. And the dual form, -4 cooldown, 5 times attack, 525 with a matching orb, so we do not get 5.5 times here, no problem, the same HP. And then we have the same thing with 2000 HP at the end of the turn as healing. That is actually sick. You can use a unit that would give an attack boost, let's say for example, to Slasher and Driven. and that attack boost with the Straw Hats as captain will become universal for everyone. They are also a rainbow captain. This is an insane captain ability. Like, they can make units that were not used often all of a sudden be very good, especially if their utility is decent and they were only boosting damage for shooters, let's say. Now they're boosting damage for everyone if the Straw Hats are captain. That is crazy good. Let's continue, this unit is very promising so far. For their special, they deal 300 times characters attacking typeless damage to all enemies, nothing crazy. Change all orbs including block to rainbow, very good. When the crew has one or less positive buffs active, then for 2 turns boost attack, orbs, and color affinity for normal attacks of crew by 2 times, plus 0.8 to the chain, and during this turn no other positive buffs can be applied to the crew. When there are 2 or more positive buffs active, then for 2 turns lock orbs of crew, extend the duration of damage increasing buffs by 1, and for 3 turns become the crew. This is such an interesting special to me, because there are immediately many possibilities of it working. First of all, that one buff that you are restricted to if you want to get everything else the Straw Hats provide can be an increasing chain lock or a conditional attack boost. That will help you even more with damage, or maybe it will be something like a damage reduction buff or a threshold buff or matching slots, which you do not need with Straw Hats, but I'm just giving an example. And then you also get all of these buffs. Now these buffs are 2 times. I guess if it would be more it would be completely broken, so 2 times is okay. But the other scenario is that you have more than one buff, okay? Then the Straw Hats can activate, won't give you buffs, but they will lock rainbow slots for 2 turns, and then they will also increase your already existing buffs. Having locked rainbow slots can be extremely good. Of course, that part always depends on your team and the damage output you can create, because it can also be underwhelming without any strong boosts. The final possibility now that comes to mind is that you have 2 Straw Hat crew as captains, you activate one and you already, let's say, have a buff, whatever it might be, and you get an attack boost, an orb boost, a color affinity boost, and a chain boost. Then you activate the other Straw Hat crew and you have these buffs for 3 turns while also having rainbow slots locked for 2 turns, and that means they cannot be manipulated by the enemy. That is crazy good. Even though the boosts are for 2 times, you still have units that boost the already existing boost now. Let's not forget about that. So this Straw Hat special, extremely interesting. Everything about them so far I really like. We have to see the swap now. Completely removes Orb Seal and Paralysis on themselves. Change own orb into matching including block. Okay, that is nothing crazy, it's still decent, especially the slot part. And the super swap is only 4 swaps, which I think is the lowest we've ever seen. Completely removes Orb Seal and Paralysis on themselves, changes own orb into matching including block. Reduces 4 turns of Paralysis and Despair on crew, so extra utility. By using 2 Straw Hat crew legends, you have a total of 8 turns of Paralysis and Despair removal, which is very good. It also just came to mind, they are not the lowest for a super swap. We also have Ace and Sabo, they also need 4, so swap number 5 will be the super swap. As I see it, this can definitely be extremely useful in Arena, doing a super swap in stage 3 and stage 5, and it can also be extremely helpful in quests like the Garb challenges, where you have many stages and you can use the super swap multiple times. For the rest of their information, the classic attack boosts on the whole crew. They are immune to Special Seal, which is Special Bind and is great, because just by themselves they can generate a full board of rainbow slots and also give you many boosts in damage. So if a swap, their super swap, a support or even a super type or super class ability can provide more utility, then their special might be the only thing you need. But that won't be the case in the majority of the final stages though. For Limit Break, they have pinch healing, critical hit and last tap, I forgot about that. On the final stage again, that's the condition, okay. They add 1.2 total damage done with normal attacks by the crew, excluding themselves, during this turn on top of the final damage. So level 1 is 0.25 times and then it increases. So that extra damage I guess is the tap timing bonus. At a high multiplier it might be better, I don't know how good of a final tap this is. It is okay, I'm not gonna say it's crazy, I think that Roger and Whitebeard had a better one. And then the Pirate Festival stuff you can read here. I'm happy with this unit, I will be honest. I don't think they're broken, I don't think they are as over the top as Whitebeard and Roger. I think they are very unique and very interesting to play with. They are strengthened decks, decent colors, they have the array of all the supports the Straw Hats can be attached with, but unfortunately you cannot use the Straw Hats as subs. And you can also not use them as supports because all of them are in this one unit. Let's also check out the rare recruits. First we have Shanks and Buggy, not a dual unit, a solo unit. And we will check the special, that's the important part. They cut 10% HP out of all of the enemies. They reduce 4 turns of bind and paralysis on crew. For 1 turn they boost attack of Slasher and Strikers by 2. And for 3 turns, the Slasher and Striker characters will treat Strength Decks and Q Orbs as beneficial. So the rest of the type slots that Whitebeard and Roger do not make matching, these guys do with their special. TND and RCV still not matching though, but they can be matching if all of the team is Slasher and the ship is the Oro Jackson. 4 turns unfortunately, not 5 for some reason, I don't really like that, but they're an okay special. For the sailors they boost stats and they reduce 1 turn of paralysis on the crew. That is extremely good, I love these sailors, very nice. They have orb seal reduction, pinch healing and then nothing else because they are a rare recruit, I forgot. Support is a very classic one, underwhelming, and then the Pirate Rumble stuff. So they are decent. Not an incredible rare recruit though, I definitely would say that. Then we have Rayleigh and Gaban, they are Psi. For their special, they reduce 5 turns of attack down and special bind on the crew. For 2 turns, they boost orbs of Slasher and Striker by 2. Simple as that. They reduce special bind by 5 turns, which is awesome, and they boost stats. For their limit break, they have increased incoming damage debuff reduction and also pinch healing, which is fine, and their support is a standard attack boosting support for Psi characters. I would probably say they are better than Shanks and Buggy because the special bind with an attack down and an orb boost can be more important most of the time than 4 turns of bind and paralysis, but then again this is relative to the quest you are trying to beat. None of them are broken or anything and they are both utility units for Striker and Slashers, which of course makes the new Whitebeard and Roger even better. In conclusion, is everything we talked about worth your gems? Very good characters, that is for certain. The Straw Hat crew is very unique, will give value to units that did not have it before and make people better around them. They are also very fun to use, at least it seems like. Roger and Whitebeard are an incredibly strong beatstick for Slasher and Striker characters, and they also have an incredible swap and super swap. If you love having units that are very strong leads and can give you much damage, then this can be a great choice for you. Is any of these legends worth 30 multis? I doubt that. I'm not gonna say they do, simply because we do not know the exact structure yet, but as far as I'm concerned, no unit really does worth 30 multis, so it really depends on your box, and how many other legends you are missing from each part. That's everything I had to say about the new units. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Tell me in the comments below if you are hyped about them, which one you like the most and why. Are you pulling in the Sugofest or are you waiting for more information maybe? Thank you so much for watching, do not forget to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content. Again, thank you for watching this far, take care, happy holidays and I'll see you in the next one.